going to go. And it's kind of like my research on this topic. I started out because of the complaint I was getting from minority-owned businesses, mostly in my district, mostly African Americans and Dominicans, which were the almost 90% of the population in my district. And I went back and looked at the Department of Economic Development studies for minority-owned businesses and found that although Asian businesses were pre-qualified at a level of 5.4%, that although Hispanic businesses were qualified at a level of about 7% and African Americans about 8%, that they were getting far less than the threshold contracts they should have received, because they have a threshold process that tests whether or not you have capital, whether or not you've grown the capacity of your businesses, and whether or not you are able to receive bonding. So even though the minority firms need this, the fact is that these particular firms had surpassed that threshold. Look at the results. The Asian firms, 5.4%, they got 1% of the contracts, 1% of state procurement. The Hispanic firms, about 7.1% of the contracts, they received 0.74, 0.75% of the contracts. That's stunning. The African Americans actually had the highest number of pre-qualified firms, 7.6%. They got 0.66, 2/3 of 1% of the contracts. And don't be double indemnified. Don't be like an African American woman looking for a contract. You got 0.12. It's some percentage of 1% of the contracts. This is embarrassing in New York State. It really is. And that's why I started working on this issue.